Hi all, welcome to my channel. My name is Ingeborg. The channel name is Stitch Too Far and I talk about stitching. What? Oh, I forgot to look up the date, but it's the end of April. It's Sunday afternoon, somewhere halfway the afternoon. It's a bit of a drab weather here in the Netherlands, but oh well. We had a long weekend. On Friday we had King's Day, which is a celebration of our royal family, I guess. I think Debbie at Creatively Yours explained it. Yeah, not my thing. So I just stayed home and I've been cleaning my house because I don't know why, but I always clean my house really thoroughly before I go on holidays. I don't know why, because I'm not there, so, but it's a tradition, I guess. My mom used to do it too. So just going with it. Anyway, it's good time to have my house cleaned anyway, thoroughly. So yeah, that's what I've been spending my weekend doing, and for the rest I have been stitching and been distracted by some games, so haven't been stitching as much as I usually have. But yeah, what I have I will share with you. And let's start with a fully finished object, which is not quite finished, but I mounted the piece from the Needles in Paradise retreat onto this board, which I picked up at the thrift store for, I don't know, 50 cents or something. And I made it so that it has it should have the, what's it called, Velcro, but it doesn't stick to the wood very well, so I need to come back to this and super glue it or something so that it will actually stick, and I can switch it out for different projects of this size. But for now I'm sticking with this and I love it. This is an original design from my LNS owner at Paradijsgaren. Her name is Trebbe de Nijs. This was made for the Dutch retreat, and it is with some of her one-off thread dyes, Paradijsgaren. This is not in a regular line. This is just something she throws together once in a while. So, but I love it, yeah. So this can go up once I figured out how to super glue it. And yeah. Cheers. What else I've been working on? I have been working on my start that I started with Tina. She's Simply in Stitches on YouTube and Instagram. I will link her. So for her birthday we both started this modern folk embroidery, Jane Austen sampler, and I am doing everything except for the alphabet. And I've been working from the bottom up because I wanted to see how the colors that I picked would work out. So I started at the bottom because I chose two, again from my LNS, their own line of hand-dyed threads. I picked a green and a, this is the green, this is absolutely gorgeous. This is called Dille. And it's showing up a bit faded, of course, but well, it's when I was using this to stitch, I thought it would be a good color to use for the Statue of Liberty. So if that might give you an idea, a better idea, although it's still a lot darker than the actual statue, but it reminds me of corroded copper. And then we have the other one, which is called ekster or magpie in English, which is this one. And there you can see it has a variegation of green and very dark purple. Absolutely love this. We'll use this a lot in the future, I think. And I picked, for this one, I picked her, because she has different thread thicknesses, I picked the thinnest one to experiment with. Because I usually like to stitch on 40 count, I stitch 1/2 usually. And this one is 2/2 with her thinnest thread, and I really enjoy working it like that. This is a picture, this plus Regency 40 count Newcastle linen, and it's not showing up very well, but who cares? Because it looks very dark at the moment. But yeah, I finished the whole bottom row, and I did an experiment with the green to see if I liked how it looks, and I do. And now I think I'm not tired of stitching on this set, so I'm going to continue with this and work, I think first the border to make sure that I haven't miscounted, because you know me. And if that is done, I think I will fill in the tree and the saying and the bird and Jane Austen's date of birth. I think 1817 was her date of birth. I need to check that. And I'm still not sure what I should do, because it says to yeah, okay, coffee. It says 2017, and I think it was that was the 200th year of her birth or death, so that's why he put it in there. And so I'm still debating whether or not I will put that date in there. I might just put her birth year and her year of death instead. Yeah, love it, absolutely love it. And that's all the stitching I can show you. I did do some purchasing, because I am of course preparing for the retreat in New Jersey, and I was thinking about what would be nice to have, and I thought it would be nice to have a light portable table stand that would hold Q-snaps, or what do you call them? The wooden frames where you put the pins in for the canvas work kind of deal. That I'm bringing those kinds of projects with me. So I was looking, because I figured if I could find one, I could have a possibility of attaching more easily a magnifier, which would increase the opportunity for me to bring whatever project I want to bring. So, long story short, I found one on the Dutch site that's similar to Amazon or eBay. It's called bol.com. I found this. And it turns out that this is from LBC, which is, I think, a British company. And I know someone has been talking about their lap stands, I think, for hoops. And I don't remember who it was. So, someone on Flosstube. But yeah, I will link the company in the UK, and I will link the Dutch site where I got this, because for the Dutch people, basically. But yeah, this is it's actually supposed to be for hoops, but I tried it and it works fine with Q-snaps and the wooden things. Okay, so it's 3 parts. 1, 2, and this thing comes out. So this is what the part that you attach it to the table with. So this is the height of the table that you can clip it to, which is about maybe 4 centimeters. So that would be 2 and 2.5 inches, something like that, 2 3/4 inches. And you screw it tight to the table with this screw, basically. And then there's a hole on top, and it goes through to the bottom, and that's where this goes in. So you can adjust it to the height you want it to be, because it comes out of the bottom. Yes, that's the weird gesture to make, but hey. And you, when you find the right height, you can turn this screw to tighten it, and then it won't move. And then here is where you put in your frame or your hoop. And this is 2 pieces. It's hard to see right now, but these are not attached. You can see they are, the top part moves. So I have this long screw, which means I can put a really thick frame on it, but they recommend it only for a specific maximum size, because otherwise probably this will be too weak. But yeah, for a normal, what is it, 8x8 Q-snap, it should be fine. And the thing also is that on the side here is a wing nut, and if I loosen that, I can actually flip over the work. So if I've been stitching on it and I want to end off the thread, I can flip it over and work on the back. And it's pretty easy to take apart and take with me, so I figure I will give it a go. It wasn't that expensive, so we'll have a try with that. So yeah. And then I got something in the mail from our lovely Judy, who was at retreat with us. I got one of Nicola Parkman, I think is her name. One of her Hands Across the Sea cards with the design on the back, which is lovely. Beautiful rose. And a lovely note inside. Thank you very much, Judy. And she added a wooden needle case. I love it. Will go with me to New Jersey. Yep. I've been looking for one, and now I don't have to look anymore. Thank you, Judy. That's what I have laid out here. So let's move on to oh yeah, basically only 2 more things, since this will be short. I hope to make another floss tube before I leave for my holidays, and I will try and make some stitch with me videos as well. So be on the lookout for those. I have not prepared anything yet because I've been busy cleaning my house and doing other things, and haven't decided what topic I want to discuss, but yeah, it will be coming. And there's one person I would like to give a shout out to, because she is a recently new Flostuber and I absolutely love her. If you like seeing more different projects or different types of finishing, then I definitely recommend checking her out. I haven't gotten her channel name exactly right, but her name is Marie or Mev, and she lives in Paris, and she does amazing stuff with needle and thread, so go check her out. I will link her first video in the description box. And yeah, I've heard some people talk about needle sizes recently, and it's something that I discovered a while back, and when I discovered it, I learned something new, but I actually thought I was the only one that didn't know this. So I am just going to point it out. There's a reason that there are different needle sizes for stitching, and that is because smaller needles work better for higher count fabrics. And when you have problem with threads fraying, it might be because you are using too thin of a needle, because the needle actually is supposed to help open up the hole in the fabric a bit for the thread to pass through it more easily without too much rubbing, I guess, against the fabric. So I used to favor number 28 needles, and actually I don't use them anymore. My highest count or size, or my thinnest size of needle that I use at the moment is 26. So if I'm working on a 40 count or a 36 count fabric, I use a 26 count needle. And I have found that it is really helpful in keeping my stitches nicer and just more comfortable stitching. And I realized that officially it's supposed to be 28 count even for that kind of fabric, but I just happen to prefer it this way. And I thought I would just mention that because I thought I was the only one who didn't realize this, but there might be a few of you out there who haven't really thought about needle sizes. So that's all I have for you, except for one Dutch fact. And I was going to talk about Kingsay, but I think Debbie said everything that needs to be said. I will link her video below. So I thought, why not talk about the Dutch origins of New York? Since that's on my mind anyway. You might not be aware of this, but there are several names of areas in in New York. Street names, just I don't know the name of it, wijken, areas, suburbs, I don't know, of the city that have Dutch origins. So for example, most of you probably know that Haarlem is named after Haarlem, which is a city in the Netherlands. I think that is the most commonly known one, but you might not know that Brooklyn is named after Breukelen, which is a city in the Netherlands. Also, Flushing is named after Vlissingen, which is a city in the Netherlands. Wall Street is originally the Walstraat, which was a Dutch name. The Dutch settled the area in 16 something, and then after a while British realized it was a good trading post and they just basically took it from us. But yeah, so there was a Dutch colony there of a few thousand people, and they named all kinds of places, and all kinds of places are named after Dutch people, like Stuyvesant or Yonkers, which was the name of one of the people who lived there, Yonkers. Long Island was Lange Eiland, so there's a lot of Dutch history to be found in the actual names of streets and places. So I just thought I would mention that because I've been reading a lot and that's one of the things that I have noticed. But yeah, short and sweet again. But everybody's got long lists of mania plans and other kinds of videos, so I'm sure you won't mind a short one from me, and I will see you again hopefully in 2 weeks. I hope you are all well. I hope yeah, I know not everybody's well, and I just wanted to say I'm thinking of you and sending you good thoughts, and I hope all of you who are struggling or dealing with diseases or any kind of unpleasantness, I hope that you know that I'm sending you good thoughts and keeping you in my thoughts, basically. Yeah, I will see you in 2 weeks. Bye guys.